Hey, this is Dr. Sonja, and welcome back to the Wisdom Vault and Dr. Sonja TV. How do you handle pressure? When things are happening around you and there's chaos, how do you handle the P word, pressure? Do you realize that there are so many people out there who don't know how to handle pressure? When life begins to happen around them, they crumble and they fall and they bend and they fold. So the question is, how do you handle pressure? Do you realize that a diamond is formed and created from pressure and high temperature? Yes, heat. You don't just roll up on diamonds like this and they just come just like that. They have to go through a process. And what I've learned over the years that so many people don't like pressure and they don't want to go through the process, especially in this day and age. They want everything to happen right then and there. They want everything to be slow and easy and calm and chill. No hiccups, no nothing. And I'm here to tell you that's not how life happens. That's not how it works. That's not how none of this works. So if I can today, I want to share with you, how do you begin to handle pressure at a different level? And so you can keep your sanity, so you can remain calm, and you can still keep it moving without folding and bending, out of shape and out of control. The number one thing you can do to be able to handle pressure is this very thing here. And this is what I use, and I believe it works very well, at least for those who apply it. I begin to ask myself, what can I control? Let me go ahead and write that down for you. What can you control out of that situation that is taking place? For the most part, most of the things that happen, some of that stuff we can't control at all. It is just something that we got to go through. And I believe the bigger your purpose in life, the more distractions you're going to have and the more pressure you're going to have, just to make sure you're ready for game time and to show up bright like a diamond. How do you handle pressure? Control what you can control and let go what you cannot control. What are the things you can control? Your thought process, your mind, and how far out you let your mind go to the what ifs and this is not going to work. I was just having a conversation with my youngest just the other night. He's being welcomed into adulthood. He's about to be married in August and all of that. And so I said, when you become somebody's husband, it's time for you to step up and do some things. And so he's feeling the pressure of adulting, paying bills, having responsibilities and all of that. And he always laughs when I say, welcome to adulthood. The pressure is on, but it's all about what you can control. And that's the very thing I share with him. The things that you can control and shape and fix, you do so. But the things you cannot, those are not your responsibility. So then you have to control your mind. What else can you do to be able to control pressure and all of that? Think about the great outcome. Think about the great outcome of things. You know how many people that are under pressure always revert or convert back to, it's not going to work. I told you this sucks. All this is going on. And that's not true. That's not how it works. If you learn and understand that pressure is needed for a heat, or heat and pressure are needed to create a diamond, and you understand and learn how to control what you can and let go of what you can, and you come over here and think about things in a positive form. You know when they say, is the glass half empty or is it half full? I challenge you to learn how to handle pressure and think of everything as the glass is half full, not empty. It's more of a positive look on life. There is so many people that are out there right now that are woe is me and everything is negative and this is not working and that is not working. There's some miserable people out there, especially on social media. And they're probably up in this YouTube right now. I normally call them out because I understand they have pressures of their own. And guess what pressure comes is some level of misery if you're not careful. And if you're not thinking about the glass being half full and not half empty. The other thing is to know of handling pressure, it won't last forever. It won't last forever. You got to think about this. This too shall pass, which means that it's not always going to be this way. I go back to the time when I was going through my divorce, right? After being married 18 years before. And I remember the pressure I was under trying to figure out how to take care of my children, how to be a single mom yet again, how to pay my bills with one income versus two. My kids were very active in sports and trying to handle how to help them walk through and work through the divorce as I was working through it myself. Not only did I have to carry the burden for myself, I had to carry it for my children and helping them see it in a better light. And always thinking, this will not last forever. It won't last forever. But as it is going on, just knowing it's going to pass. It's going to pass. And last but not least, when you're dealing with pressure and how to handle it, is just know on the other side, there's a lesson. There's a lesson on the other side of pressure. This is the part that most don't understand, they don't respect, they don't get, and they don't even think about. Every time something happens in your life, it's happening for a reason. And it's not just happening to you, it is happening for you. And as it's happening for you, there should be some takeaways. So I want you to think about the last time you went through something that was so much pressure, had you thinking about, I got to be able to control my mindset on this. Have you thinking about, okay, what am I going to get from this? Think about the outcome. What positivity am I going to get from this? Knowing that it will not last forever. And what's that big lesson? There's always a lesson in everything. When it happens, it's not, oh, it was just supposed to, not everything is supposed to happen. But when it does happen, what was your big takeaway? What did you learn from it? And the things that is your responsibility and the reason why you're having the pressures on your head. I was just talking to my son again about the vehicle. He wants a new vehicle, right? But they're planning for a wedding and they're doing all these things and he wants all that. I said, you got to stay very focused on what it is that you want and prioritize what you want. And everything that you're going through right now, what is the lesson that you're learning? One, again, you have to prioritize. Two, hey, I got to make my money stretch. Three, I really got to think about this is not just about me, but I have responsibilities of other people in my life, like your new wife and all of that. And so I want you to think about as we close out this conversation, how do you handle pressure? And it's going to be something that helps you be a better person, or it's going to be the pressure that brings on your life that helps you sit in a dark corner somewhere thinking about how did I get here and how do I get out of this? Remember, a diamond is created and formed under great heat and under pressure. Welcome to your next life of being a diamond. This is Dr. Sonja, and I'll see you next time for the Wisdom Vault.